salamander's eggs, and you take a laser beam that's not going to burn them, it's not going to kill them, it just picks up the wave information from the salamander. You take those salamander eggs, you shine the wave through it, you redirect the wave into the frog eggs. Guess what happens to the frog's eggs? You get a complete metamorphosis. The genetic material of the frog's eggs becomes cannibalized by the wave of the salamander. Cannibalized is maybe a strong word to use, but it gobbles up all the genetic material that was going to make a frog and totally rewrites the code and transforms it into a salamander's body. And it happens in one generation. You have eggs that come out of a frog's body, and they turn into a completely different species. That doesn't take very long. It's instantaneous energetic change. And so what we're seeing is this is the engine of evolution. This is what the solar system is doing to us. The solar system's energy that's causing all the planets to charge up is the same as the energy of the laser that goes through the salamander and shines into the frog, transforms the frog eggs into salamander eggs, and they become healthy adult salamanders that can breed with each other. They don't get all these genetic problems when they get older. They don't have the complications associated with genetic cloning of the genetic conundrum that you have with Dolly the sheep, where like the feet go bad as she gets older. So again, I want to have you look once more at the fossil record, this 26 million year cycle. Why do you think it's happening in such regular intervals of 26 million years? This is Rope and Sepkoski. Why do you think they found another cycle that's 62 million years long? What do these zones actually represent? Well, here's what we're going to talk about to cap off the whole talk for you. Galactic bioenergy fields may be responsible. We now know, thanks to Dr. William Tift, that even though most scientists associate redshift, which is just a microwave frequency, that's all it is microwave light, they associate redshift with distance. Tift has looked, and his colleagues and people that have followed after him, have looked at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of galaxies. And every single galaxy that they look at has a structure like this. Okay, what you're seeing here is this is high-intensity redshift or high-intensity microwaves, and then it goes lower and lower as you go out. So these frequency changes are very regular. This is within a regular galaxy now. And what's happening is, you can see another example of it here. These are redshift structures. You see the layers. What's happening, we know from Dr. Rosine Lallement, and here's the link down at the bottom, and you can verify this. She thinks it's only a coincidence, but what she sees is that the local interstellar medium, the clouds that are around our solar system, are moving directly away from the center of the galaxy. They are expanding away from the center of the galaxy. So what we're seeing now is that these guys, these clouds in the galaxy, are going to be expanding away from the center in regular intervals, just like Lallement discovered. This appears to have the energy from the galaxy that reprograms all DNA and all life on Earth. Now I ask you this, if you have these 62 million year cycles in the fossil record, if you have 26 million year cycles in the fossil record, if you have these striated, evenly different frequencies of microwave energy in the galaxy, if Dr. Rosine Lallement has proven that the clouds are flowing at us directly from the center of the galaxy, then don't you think maybe, just maybe, interplanetary climate change is being caused by galactic energy fields, which are squeezing in the heliosphere, making it 25% smaller, shooting in particles to the solar system, causing all of the planets to get charged up, hotter, brighter, more magnetic, and that energy actually has the DNA wave information to transform every living species on this planet into the next level, because guess what? This is a 62 million year cycle, and the last time it fired up was 65 million years ago. This is probably off because of the variations in the influx of solar radiation. We're at the end of the cycle right now. Now there's one thing that we're going to end with, and that's the final proof that's going to make this all come together for you. I can prove to you that human evolution is already doing what we expect it would do based on interplanetary climate change, based on the science I've showed you. I have the scientific proof that you are actually evolving genetically based on this science. Check this out. John Hawkes, University of Wisconsin anthropologist, studied evolution in human beings called positive selection. He found that in the last 5,000 years, your DNA is upgrading 100 times faster than ever in human history. In fact, the last 40,000 years have been a time of supercharged evolutionary change. We are more genetically different from people 5,000 years ago. That's 3000 BC. That's the time of things like the Sumerians, and that's the time of the Indian Hindu scriptures. We normally think of these people, the Old Testament is just a little bit after that. Ancient Egypt, people building pyramids, we don't think of them as much different than we are. But if you compare those people that are building pyramids in Egypt to the Neanderthals, right, with the big clunky brow, nothing like mine. My brow has nothing like that. I'm not a Neanderthal. You compare those people in Egypt with Neanderthals, like me, and they are more similar to Neanderthals than they are to us. You don't think about it because we look around and we say, oh yeah, these are people, everybody's the same, you know? But look, the genetic proof is already here. We've changed more in 5,000 years than ever in human history, and he's calling it supercharged. This is an actual mainstream media proof of that. And here's another one, showing that our evolutionary fast lane is becoming increasingly different at 100 times faster in the last 5,000 years. Now here's the last thing. Our average IQ has had to be increased by 3 points a decade. It's been studied over 20 different countries by Flynn, and it's continued for over a century. And it is happening the most, our IQ is rising the most in abstract non-verbal patterns, which means it doesn't have to do with us reading more magazines, newspapers, and surfing the internet. It's a symbolic intelligence. So this is the hardcore proof, scientifically measurable. The reason why the IQ is going up like that is because a score of 100 is supposed to be average. That's how it's weighed. So in order to keep 100 average, you have to bump it up by 3 points every 100 years, because everybody's getting so much smarter, you got to keep knocking down their IQ score. Because everybody now, its average is 100, that means that everybody's so much smarter, now your IQ is going to go down and down and down, which if you have low self-esteem could really hurt you. So just don't hang out much longer, just, you know. No, I'm not saying you should kill yourself, of course, unless you're really, really arrogant about your IQ. Anyway, this is where we're going. It amounts to a cultural renaissance. So the galaxy, and this is the final point. 20 years of study of ESP has proven, scientifically sound studies, he looked at all of these studies, Spottiswoode his name is, to see if people are psychic when it's high noon or a certain time of the day. He didn't find anything in the normal day, which is where the sun is relative to the center of the Earth, but when the Earth's position relative to the center of the galaxy was studied, he found that when you are aligned with the center of the galaxy, your ESP ability goes up by 400%. This is a mainstream scientific study. So think about this. We now have the proof, and this is what I'm going to end on. We now have the proof that galactic energy, as you see right here, he took 20 years worth of studies into ESP, 20 years. And he found that people got more psychic when the galactic energy field is hitting them. I've showed you layers of fields in the galaxy that are measurable on a superficial level by microwaves, just like near-infrared is showing up in the planets, same thing. I've showed you proof from Rosine Lallement that these galactic energy waves are in fact expanding away from the center of the galaxy as they go out. It's not proof, but it's certainly circumstantial evidence that strongly leads in that direction. I'm showing you proof that the solar system is changing, proof that the sun's heliosphere is shrinking, which suggests very strongly a galactic causation. If the galactic energy can make you more intelligent, and if all the species on the Earth are being reprogrammed in their DNA in 62 and 26 million year cycles, and if we're at the end of another 62 million year cycle right now, then let's put our hands together because we are awake and aware, and we're walking into the new age, maybe in 2012. Thank you so much. All right, I got a standing O, baby, standing O.